Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Matt the Red. Welcome to this week's Pause, where we're going to talk about post-Thanksgiving procrastination, something which I, and perhaps the majority of the United States of America, suffers from on a yearly basis. We've reached that point in the semester, if you're still in school, like I am, where it feels like all of the projects and finals that you have and little individual homework assignments, they all kind of pile together, and you've got to deal with them. For me, that means I've got 3 weeks left. I don't know the specific amount for you, but you've got some X amount of days before you are done, and that might be a relief to some of you, but I hate it. This is my least favorite time of the semester, consistently every single year. In the spring, it's not as bad, but this time of the year, it's bad for me. So I'm going to take this opportunity, while you're procrastinating, to talk about my procrastination and the things that I'm attempting this year to combat that procrastination. So the first thing that I procrastinate at, as you've evidently seen, is my YouTube schedule, which is an okay thing. That could have meant that I was spending my time in my schoolwork and being a good human, but it could also just mean that I was lazy, and that's honestly closer to the truth, though there was some school in the midst of that. So I haven't been keeping to the schedule that I made for myself, and I don't like that. I'm not a schedule-oriented person, so I'm trying to become one. So I'm combating my YouTube procrastination by trying to stick to a schedule. On the bright side, this last week I've been doing good again. So I've had, at this point, 3 videos, count this one to be 4, and tomorrow I've got another video coming out. That's 5 total videos. We've got 2 TAC videos that came out and finish up that entire Memory Lane series. We've got another Uncharted coming out tomorrow to finish up that Memory Lane series. And so that's 2 completed series in the course of a week. We've also got this Pause, which you're hopefully enjoying. And then there's one other bit of schedule maintenance that I just want to touch on, which most of you might know if you've seen on Facebook or if you listen in some of my streams. I've got 2 days that I stream each week. I like to stream on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 7:30 on each of those days. And recently I've been playing a lot of PUBG with Josiah and Case. I'm trying to mix that up and get some more variety of games, but the schedule is going to stay consistent. So if you want to catch me live, I would recommend doing so, or setting an alarm or a reminder for yourself, or if you're subscribed to my channel, number 1, and if you hit that little bell in the right-hand corner under my name, it will tell you, hey, you are going to be notified whenever a video or a live stream happens. So I suggest doing that if you want to catch me live. I do some interesting things there, and eventually, I think at some point in the month of December, I'm going to do a giveaway. So you're going to want to be notified when that happens. So subscribe and hit the bell to stay notified to what I'm doing. So the next area of my procrastination concerns my graduate studies. As I mentioned, school is a terrible time for my mind. I don't think it's a good time for my mental health, just because I kind of cram everything together in my brain, and I often think that I'm forgetting something even when I'm not. I'll have dreams about classes that I haven't been in years, and I have forgotten to turn something in, and it's the end, and I get a 0. Those sort of dreams haunt me at this point in the semester. I think the big thing for me in the midst of my studies at this point in the semester is trying to not look to the future that much, not think about what's going to happen in 3 weeks, and not think about what's going to happen in a week, but think about what's going to happen tomorrow. Think about what's going to happen today. So I need to learn to live in the moment a little bit when it comes to school. So I've got projects and stuff and tests to study for and all sorts of who's what's, and I need to do that. That's important. But if I focus all my time thinking about what's going to happen in 3 weeks, I'm not going to enjoy today. So if you're currently procrastinating, or you're a procrastinator for life like I am, maybe you can get some solace in enjoying today as it is and not thinking about the rest of the time in the future. So the final area of procrastination that I've been struggling with is that of exercise. I know that I mentioned a couple weeks ago that I'm trying to get back on track with my health, and that includes my mental health and my physical health. And school's kind of driving that crazy right now, but I'm trying to get a handle on the exercise portion of things. And my exercise partner, Josiah, who I mentioned in the previous health related video, the only one that's on the channel, he had taken a break from exercise, but now he's back. This last week he started running again, and so that is motivating me to get out and continue my exercise. I have Just Dance now, so that's one viable way to exercise, I guess, but I also just want to keep running. I think that it's evident in my life, accidentally, this is not an intentional thing that I do, that my mental health becomes more important than my physical health, and they're both related. I pour myself into my schoolwork, but I don't give that same sort of diligence to my body, and I think that's bad. So I'm working on trying to balance my physical health with my mental health. In the midst of all of these, I think the biggest excuse that I try to make for myself is that I don't have enough time to do these things. And I think that excuse seems well-founded, but in reality, you do have enough time to do the things that you need to do in a day. You just got to prioritize them. So I have time to get my schoolwork done on time when it's needed. I have time to exercise every single day. It's only half an hour or a little bit more than that. I just need to say, at this point in the day, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what comes my way, I'm going to get out and I'm going to exercise them today because I value my health. So in the spirit of countering that negative attitude of not having enough time in my life, I've decided to make some practical changes this week that I hope to keep implemented as I go forward. I'm a big mobile gamer, or have been in the past. I've been playing Clash of Clans for 4 years now. I play Clash Royale since it came out at launch. Last week, a new Animal Crossing game came out that's a mobile game. And I've noticed that I don't think that's good for my mental health. Mobile games have a knack for drawing you in by initially having a very fast period where it takes a few hours, maybe a few minutes to unlock a particular thing, but the more you play it, those minutes turn into days. And so there's a waiting period in Animal Crossing, which I said I just started playing, that I'm at where it takes 2 days to upgrade something. At Clash of Clans, I've reached the point after playing for 4 years that it's 2 weeks before something will upgrade. That's crazy. That's a time investment. And so I get in my head that I need to get all these resources and collect and whatever, just so that I can be to the next level. But in reality, those levels are meaningless. It's just a game, and it's a game that I don't think is healthy for me. So this week I quit the clan that I was part of in Clash of Clans. I'm considering deleting the app altogether. I'm getting rid of Animal Crossings because I realized what type of mobile game it is. And I moved from my competitive Clash Royale clan to my old clan so that I am spending less time focusing on the game and worrying when every single deadline comes up. So all of that is going to give me a little bit of mental respite. I'm going to have a little break in my mind and with my time so that I can use that time to study like my vocab, which is really important when you're trying to learn 2 languages at once. Also, in the spirit of not making excuses, I'm trying not to wait until Sunday to do my week's homework, but instead push that back. So this morning when I woke up, the first thing that I did was got to doing my Hebrew homework, and I'm going to try to finish more of that today so that I don't have something to do tomorrow afternoon right before the school week starts and put me in a bad place stressing out about the things that I haven't done yet. Finally, to avoid some excuses that I made regarding YouTube, I've decided that on Tuesdays and Saturdays I'm not going to have a video in addition to a stream come out. I'm going to have the stream come out by itself on those days at 7:30. Pauses, as a result, are going to get pushed back to Sundays, so expect your daily dose of Vitamin Matt to come out on Sundays, and Cray, she'll be there too, instead of Saturdays. Additionally, I'm going to make it so that my streams are going to be able to be accessed from my YouTube page as opposed to unlisting them, which means that only if you are subscribed and you have a little link in your inbox, you'll be able to access them. Now they're going to be publicly available, so the couple hours that I stream each week, you'll be able to see those streams. If that's something that you're into, you'll be able to watch those. That's not for everybody. That's going to be a couple hours long typically, but I'm going to leave it there so that that content is up every single day to the best of my ability. Since I'm already streaming on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I don't want to put unnecessary pressure to feel like I need to put something else out on those days, so that's why I'm going to step back from putting out a video on those days. Instead, just let the stream be the video just a little bit later in the day. So as I attempt to move through my procrastination and the excuses that I make year after year, I hope you can take this as an opportunity too to move past some of the procrastination habits you might have. And if you've got any helpful tips about how to avoid procrastination, if you're the sort of person who was at one point bogged down by it, but you've made it through, you've arrived on some other metaphorical side, make sure you let me know in the comments. I want to hear back from you in general, even if you're not through your procrastination. Let me know if this sort of thing is helpful, if you want to see more things like this as I talk through my life and try to process things on my own and involve you in that process. So I've been Matt the Red. You've been the audience. Thank you so much for watching. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you give it a like. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And as I said previously, if you want to be notified whenever a video comes up or when I'm live streaming, go ahead and hit that little bell in the right-hand corner. I'll see you next time. Bye.